everybody, and welcome to another episode of Women Locked Up Before and After. I have a thing here. It's um, really good. I suggest you please watch the whole thing because it's things that you would never believe or even think that would actually happen. That the media and people like that try to keep from other people knowing how women really do get or how they are and how they really do get depressed and how the people in the prison treat them, and a lot of people just don't know what they really go through. So I wanted to share 8 depressing facts about being a woman in prison that you didn't know about. Okay, um, it starts off by saying Orange is the New Black doesn't even begin to tell the story. Here are 8 reasons why being incarcerated as a woman is the worst. Brace yourself because these statistics are upsetting. Number 1. Stand a greater chance of illness and injury in prison than men. It turns out that incarcerated women have higher rates of illness than their male counterparts. Of course, it shows a little picture right here. A woman. Anyway, women in prison are more likely than men to have severe health problems, including such horrors as hepatitis C, HIV, tuberculosis, and sexually transmitted infections. Even eye health, I'm sorry, even eye health tends to get neglected behind bars, at least for the women and girls. According to the Girls Health and Justice Institute, a California nonprofit that works to increase care for girls forced into the juvenile justice system, 40% of detained girls need glasses to see properly. Only 5% ever enter the system with their glasses. Okay, I got something to say about that part. I do know that in some state, every state's different. We all know that. We say that in our videos, every one of us on the prison channels. But I know that in the state of Mississippi, you can take your glasses as long as they are not wire frame. If they're those, kind of like the thick sides and everything like that, you can. And by the way, I was going to do this live, but I didn't get to because I got banned for 90 days, and I'm trying to see if I can appeal it because I can't go 90 days without going live. That's going to make me mad. Anyway, here we go. Stay tuned with this now. This is really good. The most disturbing statistic of all comes from the Girls Health and Justice Institute. More than 40% of the girls they've investigated have abnormal vaginal examinations, conditions overwhelmingly consistent with sexual assault. Number 2. Prison administrators use menstrual periods as a means of control and humiliation. Depriving women of tampons or sanitary pads is an assault on their dignity. That's no problem for the administrators of the U.S. prison systems. This is ridiculous. And it's true. Chandro Bazelko, who was incarcerated in Connecticut, reported in The Guardian that women in her institute were given a grand total of 10 pads every month. 10. And some women go through more than that in just their one cycle. And that says 10 every month. There's no way that would work out. But anyway, that's enough for about 2 pads a day for the average period. No way. Which, as any woman could tell you, is rarely enough. Rarely. Exactly. This deprivation if I'm saying that right, is intentional, suggests Bazelko. Prisons control their wards by keeping sanitation just out of reach. She wrote, stains on clothes seep into self-esteem and serve as an inedible reminder of one's in prison. Powerlessness in prison. Bazelko condemns these tactics, which she had had to live through personally in no uncertain terms. Using periods to punish women simply has no place in any American prison. Number 3. Pregnant women don't get the care they need. This is really important. About 1 in 25 women are pregnant when they end up behind bars. Still, there aren't adequate health care resources for pregnant women in most prisons. There's another picture. The National Women's Law Center found that 38 states failed to even come close to providing decent prenatal care. Many have no policies on pregnant prisoners at all. Only 2 states offer HIV screenings to pregnant women. Only 9 require counseling on prenatal nutrition or efforts to make sure pregnant moms get the nutrition they need to give birth to a healthy baby. 43 states don't offer regular medical examinations to pregnant women at all. Add to this shocking information the fact that women in prison are more likely to have risk pregnancies, and the full weight of the problem becomes unendurable. Even the wholly punitive model of criminal justice can't justify punishing unborn children, and yet that's exactly what it does. This lighting in here is kind of really dark. I'm trying to get a bit better so get this video done. Okay. Number 4, if you do manage to carry a child to term in prison, the actual delivery can be a nightmare. Giving birth is never easy. It's never painless. And there's nothing like being behind bars to make it even worse. At least 22 states don't have any rules against shackling women as they give birth. This is a proven fact. I do know that. The women stay shackled and handcuffed while they give birth. A few even require the use of restraints. That's right. Prison guards in nearly half the states of America may well put a mother in chains while she delivers her baby. Not only is the psychological impact of such I can't say that word. Depravity. Sorry. Devastating, but restraints can make it harder for healthcare providers to actually do their jobs. And that's even, that's worse. Restraints make it difficult for doctors to adequately assess the condition of the mother and the fetus, and to provide prompt medical intervention when necessary, reports the National Women's Law Center. The Federal Bureau of Prisons did away with shackling women while they deliver in 2008. The states have yet to follow suit. Okay, no, they didn't. Well, if that's the case, then they're breaking the law because they still do it. That says 2008. They was doing that when I was in prison with the women that was pregnant, still shackling and handcuffing them when they was giving birth. And that was in the first time I went down there. They was doing it, and that was in 2009 and 10. So, anyway, number 5. If you're a woman who lands in prison, odds are you are already a victim. A mind-boggling majority of incarcerated women have been victims of every type of abuse long before the judge slams down that gavel. Is it gavel or gable? According to the American Civil Liberties Union, 79% of women in state and federal prisons reported being victims of physical abuse prior to their arrest and subsequent sentencing. Don't trust self-supporting? Then turn to a horrific 1999 study of the Bedford Hills Correctional Facility in New York. Researchers there discovered that 90% of the women in that institute have been victims of physical and or sexual assault out in the real world. More than 80% experienced those assaults when they were children. Last one, but not least. Number 6. Women's prisons don't even provide enough toilet paper. In 2015, the Correctional Association of New York commissioned a study called Reproductive Injustice, the State of Reproductive Health Care for Women in New York State Prisons. The far-reaching report uncovered a fact that while it's not directly connected to reproductive health, sorry, that just went off the page. It is just as intimate and sensitive for vulnerable women. Prisons, the study confirmed, do not provide women with enough toilet paper. Researchers conducted a poll with a simple question: do you get enough toilet paper each month? Nearly 70% of the respondents answered no. One woman even said to researchers, "We need more toilet paper. We do not have enough to wrap our pads in." So they don't give stuff like that, you know. Wow. I'm sorry, I just came into this picture. I don't know what kind of prison that is, but they got a bathtub. Let's check this out. It ain't gonna roll it. There it goes. Look at this. They got a bathtub in there. You see the bars over there. That's the bubbles on my. Yeah, they got a bathtub. I don't know where that's at. Sorry, I had to show you that. Another said that she resorted to using magazines, newspapers, linen, lined paper, and washcloths by the end of each month. Women with money could buy their own toilet paper, of course, but women with money are rarely the ones who end up behind bars. Oh, I thought it's 8, not 6. Okay, number 7. Poverty is a greater indicator of whether a woman will go to prison than her behavior. Many people believe that the criminal justice system exploits poverty to justify its existence and even to raise fortunes for owners of private prisons, if not for state actors. Lots of people are right, and women, particularly women of color, are the leading casualties of the real war on poverty. Poverty is one of the most significant factors in women's involvement in the criminal justice system. The ACLU has written, they point out that 80% of the incarcerated women involved in a 1994 study made less than $2,000 the year before they ended up in jail. More than 90% reported an annual income of less than $10,000. 40% of those women didn't have a job before they were incarcerated. 30% were receiving state and or federal aid for basic necessities of life. As a point of comparison, only 8% of imprisoned men or on public assistance. Last but not least, now, number 8. More women are going to jail than ever before. If you're disturbed by all these facts, this last one should only amplify your disgust. Women are the fastest growing segment of the incarcerated population, reports the ACLU. Since 1980, the year I was born, the number of women behind bars has increased by a factor of 8. Whether you look at local jails, state penitentiaries, or federal prisons, there are more women locked up there than ever before. But it's not because women are all of a sudden committing more crimes. One of the forces behind this epidemic has been the enforcement of draconian prison sentences. Judges want to appear tough on crime, so they issue longer punishments. Politicians want the same thing, so they pass harsh minimum sentencing laws. As a result, the number of women serving sentences of more than a year grew by 757% between 1977 and 2004. Nearly twice the 388% increase in the male prison population, according to the ACLU. If the information on this list upsets you, please consider donating to one of the justice reform. I'm just going to say this because that's something that needs to be done. To one of the justice reform organizations listed here. They come from the real Piper Kerman, whose story led to the vastly entertaining Netflix original show Orange is the New Black. The next time you kick back to watch an episode, though you might pause to consider the plight of real women in real prisons, Netflix is not the primary feature of their lived experience. So, yeah, that's it on that one. I got a really good one coming up after this one, just to let you know. A really good one. So stay tuned for the next video that I have. I hope this video comes out good. The lighting still is really kind of dark, and the back of my shirt is making it worse. I should have wore a lighter color shirt, but anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and everything in that is very true. I seen everything with my own eyes. I mean, I went through all that myself, so all I know is just, if you are facing time and looking at time, or know people that's in there, try to get help for them. If not, try to call different places and try to tell these people what's going on in these places. A lot of people don't do that. They talk about getting help when they get. I'm guilty. I'm one of them. I sit there and talked about how bad it was and said what I was going to do when I got out, but I was so happy that I was free. I didn't even do what I said I was going to do. I was going to report what they was doing, and I never did do it. So now it's time to do it. We can all get together and do it ourselves. And there's stuff going on in men's prisons too, and I will address that another time also. There'll be another video. So please, if you like this video, please comment below any other suggestions you want me to do, or any other videos you might want me to do. Just let me know and comment below, and please like and share, subscribe, and please subscribe if you haven't already. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and peace and love, y'all. Bye.